Hello all, welcome to study 23 of the Solving Studies to Improve Chess Calculation series. This time it's a study from an Austrian composer, Alois Wotawa. He lived all his life in Vienna, the city of the music, where Schubert, Mozart, and my favorite Beethoven came from. So, kind of also an artist, but in the chess composing field. For this study, of course, it's why to win. And if you haven't watched the guide before the countdown, and I see you in a while with the solution. And all right, and the solution, maybe it seems easy, and it's bishop d4, brilliant move. Well, I think you are going to be surprised if you haven't done a really deep approach to this study, because at first sight it seems a bit obvious, kind of disappointing. Oh, this was so easy. What's the purpose? Yes, let's see if it's so easy in the end. So white to win, and of course we see that the enemy king can't move, so we are ready to checkmate him. We have two pieces able to do it, so either the bishop coming to f2 and delivering checkmate, or the knight going to f5 or f3 and checkmate. So at first sight, let's experiment with the knight. Let's see what happens if the knight goes first. Well, black takes the knight, of course. Bishop takes back. Now it seems like we can't stop this, but well, we can, because first the black sacrifice the bishop and next sacrifice the queen, and of course we need to take the king. Otherwise, the queen will take the bishop. So when we take the queen, well, surprise, surprise, it's a stalemate. The king can still not move, but it's not check, so it's not checkmate. So with this having been seen, let's try again, but with the other. Basically, we bring the bishop, and of course, we are hoping to. Okay, the pawn takes the bishop, I take the knight, and now the mate is unstoppable. Even if the queen tries to stop one, there's the other, and it's checkmate. But okay, maybe now it's a surprise, because we need always to find the best moves for our opponent, and this is why solving studies is so important, because you are going to start to see these new opportunities after a while. And of course black can take the bishop, so what does black does? Well, it takes the other pawn, so now it has a free runaway from the king, and now it becomes a bit more difficult. How should we continue? Of course, we need to be smart, and the correct move over here is to deliver a check. So the king is forced to go, only one move, and now try to find the brilliant move that comes next. If you haven't, you can pause the video and think for a while, because I think it justifies. And the right move is to play the beautiful sacrifice, bishop h4, brilliant move. So if the king moves away, well, we simply take the queen, and now we are playing with two pieces against one and lots of pawns. It's a win for white for sure. So the king needs to take back. But now, how should I continue? Well, we continue with knight d4. What is the threat now? Well, the threat is to go and checkmate the king again. So, what can black do? Well, needs to get away with the king, of course, because it's impossible to protect the f3 square. And now suddenly we see that it's white that it's playing for a win. Now we win the queen, and suddenly we are playing for the win very, very fast, because we simply are going to protect our pawn. We can take the other pawns, and this is a win. Maybe I can show you here one simple line. Let's see, for example, if the king tries to go grab the d5 pawn, like for example over here. And now, as you can see, the bishop can't go away from protecting the pawn to promote, so it can't even get away. So needs to stay on that area of the board, on that corner. So the king takes the pawn. All seems very, very simple for black, because we are entering the square. Well, but of course, if you already know how to use your knights, well, we are simply advancing the pawn, and of course, the king can't take the knight, because otherwise we are going to promote to queen. So the king needs to go to b7 to stay inside of the square of the pawn and control the promotion, but well, it needs to stay here, otherwise the pawn promotes. And while it stays here, well, we already know our king will grab all the pawns and then promote one, and it will be checkmate very fast. So, as you can see from the beginning, it looked interesting, it looked easy, but in the end, there were intermediate moves that were needed to be brilliant to solve this one. Hope you have enjoyed and see you in future studies. Bye bye.